Hello, welcome back. We have completed economics majorly. You should be very proud of yourself. You should be happy that when you revise, you will realize that economics is now very simple, right? We are continuing with this. We'll revise WTO for a few minutes. Can you tell me what is technical barriers to trade? What is TBT? Try to remember. What is TBT? Technical barriers to trade. Unnecessary barriers which are created, like extra formalities or extra forms which are required or custom hurdles, that those are known as technical barriers to trade. What is anti-dumping duty? Duty which is imposed against dumping. Okay, what is dumping? If if the goods are coming to your country at a cheaper price than the cost or the fair value or the domestic price, right? Can you impose anti-dumping duty if the dumping is there but it is not causing harm to your economy? No, you cannot. Is anti-dumping duty a duty against fair trade practice or unfair trade practices? Unfair trade practices. What about countervailing duty? What is the logic behind countervailing duty? It is to counter the effect of subsidies given to the producer in that exporting country, and then that subsidy ki wajah se the price has reduced and it is coming to your country, and then in your country what you do is you impose an additional equivalent amount of duty so that it comes at a normal price. Okay, that is countervailing duty. That is definitely against an unfair trading practice. That is definitely levied on a country to deter it from engaging in such practices, right? Okay. Then what do we understand by rules of origin? Rules to determine where the goods have originated from. What is the hierarchy? Do you remember the hierarchy? Preferential trade agreement, free trade agreement. Do you remember all these? Preferential trade agreement, free trade agreement, then what comes? Then comes common market, then customs union, then economic union. Okay? These are the broad levels of hierarchy. These all promote something known as open regionalism. Yes or no? Okay? Open regionalism. Regionalism is where you know your region comes first, where you give preference to the region. So the intention is that such preferences to regions, there will be various regions scattered throughout the world, and then ultimately the borders will touch and they will include more and more regions, and it will become one world, will become one big region, right? What do you understand by the term protectionism? Protectionism. Protectionism means inward looking. The country is inward looking. So the objective of WTO, see, the whole objective of WTO is that we are opening our world to trade, yes or no? Nowadays countries are engaging into protectionism. Nowadays protectionism is rising. Nowadays countries are becoming meaner to other countries. Nowadays countries are becoming more inward looking. Okay, that is called as protectionism. Okay, that is called as protectionism. That is called as protectionism. So nowadays even India is becoming protectionist. USA has become, USA which was once the advocate of free trade is increasingly becoming protectionist. Have you heard of America First policy? America First policy means give jobs to Americans first, use American goods first. These are all protectionist measures. Same thing is happening in India also. We are banning Chinese goods. We are banning other goods also. We are promoting Make in India. We are promoting use Indian goods. Yes or no? These are all protectionist measures. They go counter to WTO principles, and a right balance has to be achieved, or a right balance has to be maintained between protectionist and between other this thing, open and free trade and everything. Okay, do you agree with this? Very good. One more thing I would like to tell you, which we might not have covered in the previous lecture, but before that, what is TRIPS plus? Do you remember what is TRIPS plus? There are two things under TRIPS plus. One, data exclusivity, and second, patent term extension. Okay, now I am going to tell you something which is a small thing, but you might use it in your mains. Something called as, in WTO only, something called as new issues. What is new issues, or what are new issues? See, remember, does WTO cover only trade? WTO cover only trade in goods or services also, TRIPS also, etc. Does WTO cover, so you remember that these goods and these services, these are all physical goods and services which are actually being held, which are actually being provided. For example, if you were sitting here in the class, I am providing a service, I am providing a teaching service, and it is actually being provided. But now what is happening is, now you are watching this lecture through online medium. Okay? It becomes, we had done this discussion in the taxation chapter, it becomes very difficult to know where some transaction is to be taxed. Do you remember poem Place of Effective Management, where we try to find the place of effective management of a company, ki where is the company situated, where is the service being provided, where are the goods being provided, right? So WTO doesn't have many agreements or rules on these new kinds of transactions, and that is why something called as e-commerce. Do you know e-commerce? Electronic commerce, everything buying and selling on the internet. So these are the new issues now, ki how to open up our economies for e-commerce. And do you know that majority only 4 companies control e-commerce: Google, Apple, Amazon, Facebook. You remember GAFA, GAFA, we spoke about GAFA, and Microsoft also. So these are the main companies who are, who actually control e-commerce. Now tell me, this new issue, e-commerce, are developed countries pushing for it or developing countries pushing for it? Developed countries are pushing for it. Why? Because this is their new product. They need more Facebook users, they need more WhatsApp users, they need, see, politically also they get to influence the minds of a lot of people. You will read that WhatsApp and Twitter and these platforms are also used for election rigging. These platforms are also used for manipulation or, psychological manipulation of people. Some fake news comes. I hope you know fake news and rumors also float on WhatsApp, right? It is called WhatsApp University. Anything comes. India's national anthem is being declared as best national anthem by UN. Matlab, does the sentence even make sense? Best national anthem kya hota hai? Every national anthem is the best, yes or no? So, and you must also have got some fake messages ki this is happening, Indian government is giving 10,000 rupees to everyone. These are all fake messages, right? So the power to send these messages, the power to access people, and nowadays, so because of Geo and because of internet revolution, even the poorest of the poor has a normal phone with a normal internet connection. At 2G to 2G, but hey, internet connection hai. He knows to use WhatsApp. He might not know internet browsing, but he knows to use WhatsApp, right? Every rickshaw driver, every cab driver has a phone with maps and all on it. So, do you realize the importance of the data these apps are generating? Do you realize who eats what at what time, who goes where at what time, who does what at what time, who meets whom at what time? Every data is available with the companies, yes or no? You can do a neat trick. You can go to Google Photos in your account. You can go to Google Photos and see your timeline. So wherever photo you have clicked, it will show the location also. Ki you were here, you were here, you were here. And this is basic information. Just imagine what kind of information Google is having about you. What kind of information Facebook, WhatsApp or Zomato or Uber are having about you. Okay? So one more issue, which is a new issue, is about data. Data privacy. I hope you have, see, these are not technically related to economics, but these are more issues relating to science and your governance. Data privacy and all of that. Right? So what is data privacy? My data, I have the right to that data. You companies, you don't have the right to that data. Okay? There are many controversies regarding Arogya Setu app. Why is it asking so many permissions on my mobile phone? Why is it asking permission to, you know, right? When you install an app on your phone, it asks for permissions. Allow app to access SMS, allow apps to access phones, allow apps to access webcam or camera, etc. So Zoom will need access to your camera, Zoom will need access to your microphone. But let's say if an app which is a PDF reader, if it requires access to your camera, then that means something is fishy. Not scanning, but only reader. Then means it is doing something fishy. Yes or no? Data also provides access to people in what we say, in sending ads to people. Do you realize this? Advertisements that we see. You just try to browse a website, any website, and then go to some other website. You will see pehle wale website ka ad in your website. Have you noticed all these things? You know, there are automatic bots, computer bots, there are computer softwares, they are tracking you, they track your activities, they track what you browse, they track which site you visit, when you visit, what you want to buy. Okay, suppose on Amazon, if you search that you want to buy a t-shirt, let's say, and then you go to any other Times of India website and you forget about the t-shirt, you will see an ad of that t-shirt which you saw niche kone mein. Okay, these are cookies and all they use, browser cookies and all they use. Data privacy is a big issue, and so how WTO will, because this is after all trade only, trade of data is happening here. So just imagine, we started with trade of goods, then we went to trade of services, now we are trading data. Okay, it is not even a service, it is more intangible in nature compared to services. Okay, and that brings me to the last data. Data localization. What do you mean by localization? To store the data in India. Now imagine India is a population of 135 crore people, so many people are there, etc. If all these data, now let's say 100 crore people use WhatsApp, suppose 100 crore people use WhatsApp. Now out of those 100 crore people, many people have backups, many people store their data, photos and also all this data. Who owns all this data? That is a question. Whether government owns this data, whether people own the data, whether WhatsApp owns the data, right? So, and do you know that data is stored in servers, etc., right? So now these servers, where are these servers located? Are these servers located in India or located outside India? That is a very big issue. This is a science and tech issue, that is I am not covering it in detail here, but that is an issue with WTO and it is called as new issues. They are called as new issues. It's a very cute term you can use in your mains answers, new issues. Okay, the developed countries are pushing for new issues. So now tell me, developed countries would want data localization or don't or not want data localization? They won't want data localization. They want data of Indians to be transferred, or any other country, Indians to be transferred to their country, their home servers. So let's say Facebook headquarters, USA, California may suppose. So data to go there and data be processed there. But we don't have jurisdiction over there. Indian government doesn't have any jurisdiction. Yes or no? So tomorrow if any malpractice of or if any misuse of data happens, we cannot do anything because that misuse is happening in USA. That is why Indian government is pushing for data localization. Indian government is saying data should be stored in Indian servers. Do you remember yesterday we saw or last lecture we saw an MCQ on RBI data localization norms? There was a big MCQ here and I told you ki you might not realize, but it is a direct current affair question. RBI data diktat it was called. That question was there, no? Third statement ki everyone has to submit statements to Comptroller and Auditor General of India. I told you if so many companies will submit, then how will that statement go wrong? And then the first statement was that data should be stored in India only. So imagine RBI has all the payments related data, who is paying what, all the account numbers, all the PAN numbers, all the credit card numbers, debit card numbers, all data is stored online, CVV numbers, etc. It is stored in some manner with banks. So banks also have your CVV, na? Then only when you put your CVV, banks authenticate ki haan, he is the right person. Banks have your CVV, right? So all this data, you must have heard of hacking, data leaked online, everything. So all this data, if it is there in India, we can control it. If it goes outside India, we don't know what will happen. So tomorrow if data goes to USA and some Russian hacker accesses Indian data in USA servers, then kya karo? You cannot do anything. But if data is in India, you can at least prosecute them that they have violated Indian Information Technology Act, hacking kiya hai, right? So that is why these are some new issues which are there in WTO. Samjha? Okay, very good, clear. ठीक है, चलो. Now we are starting my personal favorite chapter. I like this chapter, I love this chapter. Let us come in the world of markets. Let me take you from being an absolute ignorant person in terms of commerce markets to a very basic understanding. Please bear in mind, I am going to tell you things which are relevant for UPSC. Tomorrow UPSC might ask a deeper question. हो सकता है, but that doesn't mean to answer that one question we will go in depth in this chapter. Not required. That is one question, right? And markets chapter is something which is infinite. Trust me, this is a bigger branch than your fiscal policy, monetary policy and all. But we do this very small because if you see markets since the past 2 years, this chapter has gained a lot of significance. So see, I'll give you my analysis for prelims and mains also. I'll give you my analysis. This is my personal opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. My opinion is that 1. The traditional topics, fiscal policy, monetary policy, banking, UPSC is slowly moving away from these. It is not that ki important nahi hai. We saw 2020 question, they are asking money supply and all. UPSC is slowly moving towards practical questions, awareness questions. Okay, this is my personal opinion. For example, I almost know that you won't remember this, but we have seen a mains question in our analysis lectures on long-term capital gains and dividend distribution tax, budget announcements on long-term capital gain and dividend distribution tax. It was, I think, question number 2 or 3 in 2018 paper. Now that is a very, very finance related thing and not an economics thing. That question doesn't fall in economics. Budget provision hai, I know, but the concept is not economics per se. It is a finance concept. There is a very thin line between economics and finance. Economics is more theoretical, finance is more practical. ठीक है? So economics involves a lot of charts and graphs and all the theories and formulas. Finance involves a lot of practical experiences. Accounting is a finance branch. Okay? So we saw na accounting, asset, liability. All this is practical. It doesn't involve any formula and all. So what I think is UPSC is slowly moving from the traditional areas to and now entering the domain of finance and practical areas. I'll give you example also. UPSC has asked interest coverage ratio. It was not there in our previous books. It was, we didn't study that. I knew it because I am a CA, so I knew it. But many people did not know about interest coverage ratio, right? So interest coverage ratio ho gaya, capital output ratio. All these are, I mean, they are between economics and finance, and now UPSC is moving towards finance more. Okay? So now that is why the chapter assumes more significance, but at the same time I am not going to go into too much of depth, because too much of depth requires 10 lectures for one chapter, which we don't have and which is not required. But I would want you to read a lot or read this markets chapter from your standard reference book at least 3-4 times to minimum. Okay, I would want you to know what is happening. Don't ignore these news when they come in newspapers. When they come in Hindu and Indian Express, don't ignore these news. Markets chapter is very, very, very important. Samjha? Okay? So now let me take you to markets. So why are markets important? If you remember the very first lecture of content which we did, we saw 2-sector model, 3-sector model, 4-sector model. I hope you remember this. When government was entered, it was a 3-sector model, and government also established something called as financial markets. Okay, we had drawn it here somewhere, financial markets, right? And then world also came, 4th sector and everyone. So financial markets, or when we speak about markets, are we talking about agricultural markets here? No. Are we talking about physical markets here? No. We are talking about financial markets here. So what is financial markets? Basically financial markets is nothing but buying and selling of what? Money. Markets में क्या होता है? Buying and selling of money होता है. Why are markets important? Why do you go to a market? Tell me that. Why do you go to a market? Because there is a seller who is having something that you want, and he wants money from you which you have. Yes or no? Do you go to market to exchange something? You exchange money and you buy the goods. ठीक है? Simple है. Similarly, in market, financial markets, it is nothing but exchange of money. Who needs money will get money, and who is giving money, what will he get in return? He will get interest, or he will get some more money, फायदा होगा. ठीक है? So what is the first syllabus point of our GS3? Indian economy and issues relating to planning, mobilization of resources. So markets help in mobilization of resources. See the English word mobilization. Mobilization means what? Hilana, movement. Mobilize, to mobilize means to move. Mobilization of resources. Resources, in our syllabus terms, it is very broad, tax and all these come under, but in markets term, resources means money. Simple. Who needs money? Tell me that. Who needs money? Who needs money? Remember the first lecture, I told you we'll come back to it very often. Firms, do you know firms? What do firms do mainly? What do firms do? Investment. Yes or no? I hope you remember firms do investment. Who has money now? Households have money, because households supply labor to firms. Firms give money to labor, labor comes back to household, and now households have money, right? Households give money, households will give money to firms, firms will invest, firms will sell, firms will give money to labor, and then it will, the flow, normal flow which continues. Okay? Now, there are various households and there are various firms. Okay? There are big households, there are small households. Okay? There are big firms, there are small firms. So to organize everything, to organize the buying and, so what do you think? This is a big firm, it needs more money. This is a small firm, it needs less money. So will this firm ask everyone, how much money do you have, how much can you give me? It won't ask. So that is why we have established. So do you ask everyone, every vegetable seller, how much vegetable you have? No, you simply go to the market where they come. So you go to the market, they also come from their home to the market. Similarly, we have made a market here where households will come and where firms will also come. यहाँ पे होगा exchange of money. ठीक है? Exchange of money will happen. Now, why are firms asking money from households? Firms are asking money from households because they need money for investment. Why are households giving money to firms? Households are giving money to firms because they expect कि more returns will come. If I tell you कि you give your money to me, I will double it in 25 days. 25 दिन में पैसा double. You remember? फिर हेरा फेरी, right? So if I tell you कि I will double your money in 5 years, it sounds reasonable, right? So you will give money because you want more money. So they also have some intention of earning money. They also want money for their investment purposes. ठीक है? Now tell me, who are the main providers of money in the market? Banks, financial institutions, insurance companies, non-banking financial companies, public financial institutions. Yes or no? We have read these terms. We have done all these terms. So these are also there. Households to hai, we are also here. Big. Jinka business hai to give money, they are also here. Banks are also here. Mainly firms are here. Here small households are also there. Yes or no? Because they need money and all. Okay? Now, this is done. Now markets in India, primarily markets can be divided into two types. Primarily. ठीक है? दो अलग market है. So one is a wholesale market, one is a retail market. समझा? The distinction between them is blurring. The wholesale and retail nature is blurring. So that is why just remember there are two types of markets. One is known as money market. ये तो नाम में ही लिखा है. See ना? नाम में ही लिखा है money market. बराबर? Buying and selling of money हो रहा है. Second is known as capital market. Second is known as capital market. What is capital? I hope you know what is capital. Funds. Basically money and capital more or less same hai, more or less. But capital includes something other than money also, other assets also capital में आ जाता है. Money is very liquid, money है, liquid है, yes or no? By the nature of the name you should understand this is money, right? Now let me take you to the fascinating concept of capital markets. I want you to pay attention to every word I say. I want you to listen to everything. It is a very fancy concept. You must have heard your friends, you must have heard your parents, you must have heard your elder siblings saying कि अरे आज stock market नीचे है, stock market ऊपर है. So when we speak about capital market, we are speaking about stock market. So what is it? क्या होता है? कैसे होता है? Everything I am going to tell you, but in brief. ठीक है? In depth, I can literally speak for 10 more hours, 10 more lectures. I can do that, but it is not required, right? So when we speak about capital market, we are speaking about nothing but stock market. ठीक है? Stock market is a very informal term. Actual term is capital market, but stock market is also fine. ठीक है? चलो. Now let us. How many of you are seeing? Let's say 20 of you are seeing this video. We are here. So let's say 25 of us total. 2-3 people from outside. We plan to start a company. Chalo. We plan to start a company. Okay. What can be done? We need money for our company. Yes or no? We need to buy building. We need to rent a building. We need to take ACs. We need to take machinery. We need to hire employees. We need to pay their salaries and all. Money कहाँ से आएगा? चलो. What are the sources of money? First, friends, family. You can borrow from friends, family. कि please, पापा वो मुन्ना भाई में है ना? मैंने आपके सारे पैसे शेयर मार्केट में डुबा दिए. The first मुन्ना भाई. नहीं, second. So friends, family you can ask. Second, whom you can ask? Banks. You can ask banks. Yes or no? Third, whom you can ask? Financial institutions, NBFCs, you can go there, very good. Fourth, see, when friends and family are giving you money, what will they tell you? संभाल के use करना, use it carefully. When banks will give you money, what will they tell you? I need my interest and my repayment on time. बाकी तुमको जो करना है करो. Yes or no? Same with financial institutions, right? So, do you think bank can lend you unlimited money? Remember interest coverage ratio, debt coverage ratio. So if your business is not profit making, or if you want to start a company and the idea and the bank is not convinced it's a good idea, ठीक है? तो क्या होगा? Bank will not give money. What is the last option? I told you about this. What we can do is we can go on the top of a building and we can scream, anyone who wants to come and invest in our company will become the owner of our company to the extent of money he is giving. ठीक है? To the extent of money he is giving. समझा? इतना समझा? Before that, we need to we need to sit and decide how much money are we going or how much capital are we putting or are we going to need in the company. फिर ही हम बैंक के पास जाएंगे ना, बैंक के पास how much do you need, we say कि we don't know, ऐसे नहीं चलता है, ठीक है. So let us say we decide, now I am going to explain this with a very commerce aspect, right? Let us say we decide कि our capital, do you remember I had told you that when owner invests money in his business, it is different from business and owner, they are different, yes or no? Do you remember the balance sheet? Do you remember what is capital? Does it come under asset side or liability side? It comes under liability side. See, in books, now I'll be very honest with you, in books assets are given here, liabilities are given here in books, okay? But financial statements, norms, accounting standards, Companies Act, the prevailing or the right way to do it is liabilities always come here and asset come here, always. And uska reason hai, this is also asked in various interview questions. The reason is that normally our eyes go from left to right, yes or no? Normally you read essay, na? You can't read essay. So normally for businesses, they should show the what we say, darker side first and then they should show the bright side. This is a dark side, na? Liability, a burden hai. This is a bright side. This is very good and we are doing very well. So normally it is a psychological thing that liability should appear first when you are reading and then you should go to assets. So that those who are reading those statements take a very balanced view of the company and they don't go with the flow ki, this company is very good. That is a very psychological reason, very deep reason, yes or no? There are other reasons also. This is the major reason. Chalo. So we decided that our company, whatever we'll form, chalo, what do you want to form? What company do you want to form? क्या बनाना है आपको बताओ? Let us make glass. ठीक है? Glass आता है? ठीक है? You can drink anything with it. Water से लेके anything. Glass. ठीक है? We are making glass. So let us say we will make very nice glass. The glass company है. We decide. So कुछ तो डालना पड़ेगा. So we thought कि चलो AC will come for 40,000 rupees, etc., etc., etc. We made a calculation ki salaries and all will be required, computers would be required, plant would be required, technicians would be required. Sorry, we decided that we need 1 crore rupees. ठीक है? Normal. We need 1 crore rupees, right? Now some will be given by friends, some will be given by family, some will be given by banks. Yes or no? This 1 crore rupees is called the capital. Do you agree with this? Because what is capital? Capital is the money invested by the owner in the business. ठीक है? ठीक है? Who are the owners? We are the owners. ठीक है? We are the owners. Now let us say banks say we got money, friends say we got money and all, and we collected 50 lakh rupees. ₹30 lakh, okay? We got 30 lakh rupees. Do we have to repay it? Yes, we have to repay it. It becomes a loan, yes or no? What about the rest 70 lakh? कहाँ से आएगा? We'll go on the building and we'll start screaming, whoever wants to come. So let's say there are people who find your idea of a glass fascinating. ठीक है? Now let's say we decide to make a smart glass. आजकल everything is becoming smart. So that glass, the moment you pour liquid, any liquid, tea, cold drink, anything, it will tell you the temperature. ठीक है? It will tell you how many calories are there in the drink you are having. It will tell you how much drunk you will get after this. So let's say you are pouring your third glass of alcohol, it will tell you how much drunk you will get. It will also tell you how much sugar it has, etc. So smart glass. Then there is also a mobile app for it. You can control the lighting of the glass, mood बनाने के लिए. There are inbuilt lights in the glass. ठीक है? We are making a smart glass. Let us draw our smart glass here. कैसा है? Normal glass रहेगा and नीचे ऐसा ऐसा डिजाइन होता है ना आजकल fancy. Smart glass. ठीक है? मस्त एकदम. Nice smart glass. Let us say we go to the building, we go building के ऊपर and we yell कि we are making smart glass, we need money, we are making smart glass, we need money. Whoever wants to invest with us, whoever wants to put their money with us, whatever profit we will make, आपको share मिलेगा, you will get a share of the profits. So let's say we find people who are who are willing to invest in our company, they find the concept of smart glass very fascinating. ठीक है, अरे smart glass है, सब कुछ बताएगा, it will tell, right? So we raised 70 lakhs, ऊपर खड़े रह के, we got, ठीक है. Now let's say 1 crore is our capital. In this 1 crore, we are how much? We are, let's say 20 people whose original idea is to get this smart glass. Okay? We are the founders. Yes or no? Are we the founders? We went to the bank, we went to the terrace and all. We are known as, in technical terms, we are known as promoters. Okay? Sometimes called as founder promoters. See, there is a difference between founders and promoters, but for our understanding, we are called as founder promoters. Okay? Second, ये जो 70 लाख, हाँ, so we decided कि 1 crore में से how much have we put? हमने भी तो कुछ डाला होगा ना इसमें. We also have put in our own money. We have what we say, contributed, and we have pooled our resources. So let us say we 20 people, we are founder promoters, and we have contributed towards, let's say 55% of the capital. हमने डाला है 55%. So we are the 55% owners. Yes or no? Do we have the majority share? Yes, 55 है, ठीक है, ठीक है. So what we do is 1 crore को we divide it into certificates of 10 rupees each, ठीक है. 55 lakh worth of certificates we have. Certificate एक पेपर होगा, उस पे क्या लिखा होगा? स्मार्ट ग्लास कंपनी ₹10. ₹10 मतलब क्या? whoever has this, ठीक है, whoever has this will be entitled to the ownership of 10 rupees worth. मतलब if 1 crore का total है, so out of 1 crore 10 rupees you are the owner. So we मिलके have 55%, which means we have 55 lakhs worth of this coupons. Yes or no? And एक coupon 10 लाख का है, which means we have 5.5 lakh papers with us. बराबर है? Are you getting this? ठीक है? This coupon is called a share. Yes or no? Because it is a share. समझा? This is called share capital. So अभी सुनिए गौर से. A share, the definition, I am telling you the definition mentioned in the Companies Act. A share is a share in the share capital of a company. Do you agree with this? A share is a share in the share capital of the company. This is the actual definition. ठीक है? This is a share. We are giving this. So when we go to the building, let's say one guy comes and he says कि he comes and he says कि I have 200 rupees to give to you. I want to invest in smart glass. I have 200 rupees to give to you. How many shares will we give him? 20 shares worth 10 rupees each into 10, 200. We will tear 20 shares and we will give him कि keep this. ठीक है? Shares do not have any expiry date. Shares are lifelong. You are lifelong owner. ठीक है? Now if that person, let's say, अभी बहुत सारे लोग हैं, we have collected 70 lakh rupees. If that person sells some of the shares to some other person, we don't care. वो ownership उसको दे रहा है, we don't care. We care with our ownership. मस्त है. ठीक है? So how many shares do we have? 55%. How many shares does he have? 20 shares. We all are known as, collectively, we all are known as shareholders. Simple. So can I say shareholders are owners of the company? Yes, shareholders are owners. See, these are founders. Founders are not owners. वो पैसा लगा है ना उसने, he is also an owner to the extent of 200 rupees. Out of 1 crore, that person is an owner to the extent of 200 rupees. So 200 divided by 1 crore, जितना 0.0002% आएगा, he is the owner. आप समझ रहे हो? Do you understand? If we are holding 55, चलो answer. If we are holding 55% of the shares, are we full owners or part owners? We had the original idea. We are the founders. हमने चालू किया ये company. We have started. We are holding 55% of the shares. Are we the full owners or part owners? We are the part owners only to the extent of 55%. It doesn't matter whether you have started or your father has started or anyone has started. ठीक है? So shareholders are the owners of the company. Always remember this. Shareholders are the owners. See, why this concept is very difficult to comprehend is because we don't think at such a large scale. So can I say a company can have lakhs of owners? Yes. if everyone is having 110 rupees का 10 lakh owners हो जाएंगे company के, yes, very well, why not? Then how will decisions be taken? 51%. So everyone will come together, everyone will sit, 10 lakh people will sit together. The moment 5 lakh 1 हो जाता है, 50.1% जितना भी हो जाता है, more than 50%, decision passed. Yes or no? Are you understanding? So let's say, chalo, we got 70 lakh. So suppose, for example, we have now 400 owners in our business. So some guys have 10 rupees, some guys have lakhs of rupees. We are total 400 people. We meet together. What is the next logical step, do you think? पैसा आ गया. We will need to hire staff. We will need to hire senior staff first who will manage. We won't manage day to day. We might not. We are busy. We might do other things also. So have you heard the term called director of a company? Director. We appoint directors. We can ourselves also be the director, founder director. Yes or no? We can appoint a director on salary also. He will work under me. So promoters or owners are the highest level. उसके नीचे आता है directors. उसके नीचे आता है managers. Below that middle level managers. Below that low level managers. Below that work floor foremen. Below that workmen, labor, and below that cleaning staff and all those. Are you getting the hierarchy of a company? ठीक है, चलो, very good. The point is not that. Did you understand what is share, what is shareholder, what are shareholders? They are owners. Owners to the extent of what? To the extent they hold the shares. इतना समझा क्या? We'll come back to this slide. This is very first layer. अभी next layer पे जाते हैं. Right? Now, let us say, did we take money from the public in our case? Yes, it was not only our money. We took money from the public by going on the top of the building and screaming. Yes or no? ठीक है. Let us say tomorrow we need, so how much money did we take from the public? Suppose 70 lakh. See, my figures might keep changing. The concept is more important. Suppose we took 70 lakh from the public. ठीक है? We took 70 lakh. Yes or no? Tomorrow if we need 50 lakh more, क्या करेंगे? We'll approach banks. Friends तो अभी नहीं दे पाएंगे because huge amount है. Banks might give some, banks might not give. Let us say banks give us 10 lakh, we need 40 lakh more. What will we do? अभी और चाहिए. We'll go to the building, top of the building. Again चिल्लाएंगे हमें और चाहिए. 40 lakh more. Capital also will increase, yes or no? Because I am issuing more. So can I say कि I will have more owners now? New owners will come. Old will be there, new will be come. Can I say कि old owners का share कम हो गया है? Because base is increased now. है ना? Earlier the capital was 1 crore rupees. Now it is 1 crore, 2 crore 1 lakh, 2.1 add हो गया 70 plus 40. नहीं sorry, 40 lakh add हो गया है. So 1 crore 40 lakh. So new owners will come. This is old capital. 70 lakh, 40 lakh. Did you understand this? New owners will come now. चलो ठीक. Very good. Now, what if I am unhappy with the way things are? I am a founder promoter. I am holding, चलो, मैं original owner हूँ, so I am holding 10% shareholding. ठीक है? We are 20 people who are original founder promoters, everyone wearing degree, but since it was my brain idea, I am holding 10% shareholding. I am unhappy with the way things are going. मेरा झगड़ा हो गया. I want to leave this company. What do I mean by I want to leave this company? If I am a salaried person, I will leave my job. Simple. I will resign and I will leave my job. I am the owner of the company, part owner, 10% owner. What will I do? You only tell me. If I want to quit the company, how will I quit as an owner? I will sell my shares to someone else. कि भाई तू owner बन जा. I am going away. Simple. You drive the truck now. I am leaving. Yes or no? I will sell the shares. Are you agreeing with this? I will sell my shares. इतना समझा क्या? Very good. Before going to the public, before going on the terrace to the public, we would have done our homework. कि कितना पैसा लेना है, क्या लेना है. Is it risky or less risky to take money from the public? Very risky. Because very risky for whom? For us or for public? For both. For public तो बहुत ज़्यादा. Now imagine you are public. Just for 2 minutes, you are walking and you hear some people screaming from the terrace कि they are making smart glass. Invest in us, invest in us. One thing, tell me, simple answer. What do banks get when they give us money? what is the return for banks? They get interest. What do owners get when they invest money? Owners are also investing money. What do owners get? So when they will invest money, we will give them phadke. What are they getting? They are getting profits. If the company makes profit, what about the company makes loss? Smart glass nahi chala. Nobody is buying, saying it is Chinese product. Nobody is buying. Who will bear the responsibility? Owners. Okay? Can I say risk is high? Can I say return is also high? Banks ka risk is limited, return is also limited. How much limited? To the extent of interest. Uske upar bank cannot demand. If bank is demanding 10% on 30 lakh rupees, 3 lakhs is other, it cannot demand at all. Yes or no? Interest. Right? Who bears the risk of loss? Owners or bank? बैंक तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? See, even if you make a loss, bank will say मेरे को मेरा इंटरेस्ट चाहिए. ठीक है? What is bank losing on lot of profits if you make lot of profits? बराबर है? See, it is the same thing like a person deciding to do a fixed income job or become an actor. If he becomes an actor, there is huge risk, but if he gets a movie or even if he gets a TV serial, huge money. Loss भी उसका है, profit भी उसका. But in fixed income, he cannot earn more than something, or he cannot even earn less than something. जितना salary he cannot earn less than that. Same logic. So you are an owner, you are taking a risk in the company. You are taking a risk when you are investing. Yes or no? ठीक है? Now, do you think there should be laws with respect to who can go to the terrace and who can take money from the public, or who can invest in such ventures or such companies? Do you think there should be laws in the country? Restricted होना चाहिए, proper streamlined होना चाहिए. Not anybody cannot raise a company. Yes or no? The place where money is raised is known as stock market or capital market. The place where money is raised by companies and money is invested by investors. Achha, when we go on the terrace, do you think we'll find only males or females or elders, or we'll find everyone? We will find everyone. Do you think we'll find only individual people, or we'll find big institutions also? Big institutions also. Tomorrow if let's say HDFC Bank decides that this is a very good idea. HDFC Bank has surplus money pending. See, remember I told you, investment means the choice is how much returns you get. The more returns you get, the more risk you are taking. HDFC has a lot of money, let's say. HDFC has a lot of money, and HDFC is now deciding to take on more risk. So it might invest in your smart glass also. But do you think HDFC will take 1 share, 2 shares, or at least 100, 500,000 shares? It will take big shares. So those are bulk investors. Yes or no? So we are getting money from one person also. We are getting money from one big institution also. We are getting money from 10 institutions also. Does HDFC become a shareholder then if it takes 1,000 shares? Yes, it becomes a big shareholder. It might even take 40%. हमारा 55 है, उसका 40 है. Two groups of shareholders हो जाएंगे. One HDFC, one we 20 people. Possible. ठीक है? Now very important. The place. अच्छा. So the place where money is raised by companies. Why money is raised by? Why do we require money? To start or to expand? To expand. To start means so you can make a prototype with your own money also. एक product you can make with your own money also. कितना लगेगा? 1 lakh, 2 lakh रुपए you will ask from your friends and you can make. But if you want to expand, you have to go to the market. Yes or no? If you are happy with selling in your own building, so you don't need people and all. Yes or no? But if you want to sell to the country, if you want to sell to another states, if you want to sell on a large scale, produce on a large scale, you will require money. So mainly for expansion purpose, companies do this. Okay? Now the market. So let us say someone else is standing on another building and yelling that they need money. Someone else is doing that, etc. People are confused. Kahan jao, kya karu? There are no laws. We took the money. We took 1 crore rupees and we ran away. Kya ho jayega? People will face trouble. Their life savings are there in this company. So there should be laws to protect people's money. True or not? There should be laws to protect the investment of the people. There should be laws to protect the company also. That is why we said कि we established one place which is called capital market. कि आप यहाँ आ जाओ, come here and raise money. This is called capital market. Have you seen Scam 1992 series? Did you notice that earlier they used to meet there and they used to yell? I'll explain what is that. I'll explain all of that. Okay? Now, in how many instances did we raise the money? 2 times. 170 lakhs, second 40 lakhs. Okay? In how many instances did the owner sell the shares? One time we saw. I sold my shares. I am very angry. I want to leave. I sold my shares to someone. Similarly, do you think anybody can do that? Any owner can sell his shares to anyone else? Yes, he can sell his shares to anyone else at any time. Yes or no? I hope you are agreeing with this. So there is one market where, let me rephrase my question. In raising money, standing on top of a building, did we interact with the public? Yes. In owner selling shares to other owners, is company involved? In one shareholder selling his shares to another investor, is company involved? Company is not involved because company को फर्क नहीं पड़ता है owner change हो रहा है. Remember, a company has at least hundreds of owners, many owners है company के. Company doesn't care. There is a possibility that 100% is owned by government. There is a possibility that 100% is owned by one person also. That is also a possibility. But remember, company is a separate entity altogether. It's a business separately. So business will just see, जब initially पैसा आया तब business was involved. Second time पैसा आया, business was involved. Now that person is selling his shares to that person. I am not involved. मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. Money invested is same. Unless disinvestment happens. Disinvestment में भी actually sell this thing. तो company is involved. अभी change हो रहा है, ठीक है? Unless the company is closed down, unless the company liquidates, unless the company goes for shutting down, or remember IBC insolvency bankruptcy code, ठीक है? Right? So the thing is, how many times is the company dealing with the public? Only when money is being raised initially. Yes or no? बाद में तो तुम खेलते रहो अपने आप. Yes or no? Have you, when you purchase a new mobile phone, you purchase it from a retailer. Can you sell the mobile phone on OLX? Yes. Does the ownership change when you sell the mobile phone? Yes. ठीक है? Is the retailer involved in it? Not involved. ठीक है? Pay attention. The market where money is raised for the first time, when money is raised newly, when shares are issued newly for the first time, when shares are issued directly by the company, is known as the market where share ownership just changes hands. The market where one share is sold to another share not by the company but by the shareholder. One shareholder sells his shares to another shareholder. That is called as secondary market. I hope you are getting this. Did you understand the difference between primary and secondary market? So now tell me, when we raised 70 lakhs, did we raise it in primary market or secondary market? Primary. When we raised 40 lakhs, did we raise it in primary or secondary market? 40 lakhs का क्या करोगे? Was it reissue of existing shares or new issue of shares? It was new issue of shares. See, भले ही आपने next time किया है, but it was new shares, your capital increased. But when I sold my 10% shares to someone else, they were already existing shares which only the ownership is changing. So that will come here. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा? Purchase and sale of existing shares. Are you agreeing with me? Exesis नहीं. What's wrong with me? Existing shares. ठीक है? What is happening here? Do you agree with this? Issue of new shares and issue. So this is resale. This is OLX. Yes or no? This is a secondary market. Second hand market है ये first hand नया होता. So what do you think? What happens more frequently? This or this? This happens once or twice in a lifetime of a company. Starting में कभी किया होगा, or let's say expansion का opportunity came after 5 years, 10 years, then this will happen again. Now, when the company does it for the very first time in its life, please pay attention to the word. It is called very first time. See the word. You must have heard about this word. IPO. Have you heard about IPO? Zomato का IPO आ रहा है. You must have heard. Which means Zomato is issuing its shares for the very first time. जो 70 lakhs we raised na, for the very first time, initial public offer. Now 40 lakhs we raised. Let's say after 5 years we required more funds. We raised 40 lakhs from the public only. Yes or no? That is called as I hope you understand the English. Further public offer. Okay? So do not be confused between IPO, FPO and secondary market. See, new issue of shares, bhale, if it is for the very first time, it is initial public offer. If it is new shares, but पहले भी shares नए issue हो चुके हैं, this is a repetition of new issue of shares, then it is a further public offer. So your first child is your IPO, your second and further children are your further public offers, but when you hand them over to your relatives, when you want to go on vacation, or when you hand them over to your daycare, nursery and all, it comes secondary market. The difference is you don't change ownership of your children. In this, share ownership changes. थोड़ा difference है babies और market में. That I will agree. Did you understand primary market? Did you understand IPO, FPO and secondary market? Yes or no? Very clear? What is a share? A share is a share in the share capital of a company. Simple. Now, share and a share होता है ना? Primarily, there are two types of shares. Okay, primarily there are two types of shares. Two types of shares. You need to know the words, you need to know the meanings, that's it. There are two types of shares. 1, 2. So shareholders may be now. When we go on the building and we ask for share, when we ask for money, we want to, true or false, we want to give shares against money. Yes or no? We give shares. Let us say there are some 3-4 children or 3-4 men who want to invest in the company, but we think that they should not have voting interest, or we think that they should not have so much power that we have. ठीक है? Right? They are bringing us a lot of money, but we don't want to give them voting right on all matters. We don't want to give them a lot of things. We don't want to give them a lot of facility, but they are giving us a lot of money. So they come up terrace pe and they say ki we are giving you more money per share. How much are you demanding? 10 rupees. We'll give you 12 rupees per share. So we ask, what do you want? They say ki we don't want any ownership, or ownership hai, but we don't want any voting rights and all. What we want is, we want a higher dividend. What is dividend, sir? I will tell. They will say ki we want a higher preference, which means we are the special ones. If you want to Excel World, Imagica or any adventure park, उसमें 2 line होता है. One line is for commoners, one line is for those who pay extra. ठीक है? Similarly, those who pay extra, they are called preference shareholders. See, the name में ही लिखा है. They are called as preference shares. Preference shares means what? You give them preference. अब preference किस बारे में? दो चीजें. Two things में you give preference. Two things. They have less rights in all other aspects. No need to go into detail. Just see that there is a division. Preference shares have less rights in other aspects, but in two aspects they have superior rights. One, dividend. I will tell you what is dividend. Second, if tomorrow the company closes down, Do you remember the waterfall? Last में कौन था? Owners. They say कि if the company closes down, obviously you will follow the waterfall, etc. Last में whatever money remains, we want it before you. So they get a preferential right in repayment of capital. Repayment of capital. ठीक है, समझा? We assure them कि ठीक है sir, whatever will remain after paying off government and secured creditors and everything, we did that in banking chapter. You will get a preference. After you, if anything remains, we will eat. So preference, the other kind of shareholders are like mothers. You know, they cook food, they first feed everyone in the family, and then if anything remains, they eat. Okay, these are like children. Everything they want better than others in the family. These are like children. Okay. So what do you think? Preference shareholders will be more or other shareholders will be more? In terms of number, others will be more. Who do you think has more risk? Preference shareholders or other holders? Others holders. Who do you think has more chances of profits? Preference shareholders or other holders? Other holders, because we say कि sir आपको इतना facility मिल रहा है, we will have now, we are taking more risk. See, whoever takes more risk gets more rewards or loses more things also. Risk है ना वो. The other shareholders are normal shareholders. Normal shareholders, they are called as equity shareholders, or the shares are called as equity shares. Preference shares, equity shares. इतना ही पता होना चाहिए. That's it. Finish. Simple. ठीक है. Now what is dividend? Pay attention. Banks को क्या मिलता है? What do we get? Dividend. बस. That's it. Simple. But the only thing is banks get periodic interest. Mandatory है वो. As per the loan agreement, you have to pay monthly or whatever. Yearly interest देना है या जो भी है. But it is as per agreement. Dividend is paid by whom? Company. To whom? Shareholders. Owners. Shareholders. Dividend is not paid annually. Dividend is not paid every year compulsorily. Whenever company has a lot of profits, तभी ही देगा वो. Otherwise, not there. So dividend is not fixed. मिलेगा तो मिला, नहीं तो नहीं मिला. Are you getting this? Who decides in the company whether to give dividend or not? In the company, who decides? Directors. They have the authority. ठीक है, because they are running the company day to day, so they will see कि sir next 5 years में we are seeing huge profits, so take this dividend. Now tell me, giving dividend will motivate shareholders or not? Giving dividend will motivate others to become shareholders or not? Yes. Giving dividend will leave less money with the company or not? अभी now pay attention. This is the highest level I am going to take you. इसके ऊपर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. See the dilemma of dividend. If you give more dividend, more shareholders will be attracted to the company, more money will flow in the company because more owners will come. ठीक है? At the same time, if you give more dividend, less money would be available with the company already existing profit से जो कमाया है. And tomorrow, if you need to invest more somewhere else, एक branch खोलना है, you will have less money with you. You will have less investment with you. You will generate lesser profits in the future. And future में less people would be interested in becoming owners. It's a balancing act. If you don't pay dividend, then what will happen? Existing owners will also sell their shares to other owners and say कोई dividend नहीं देता है. ठीक है? That is the dilemma. Not necessary for UPSC. I am just sharing some things. I can take 5 levels further also. I can take the tax implication भी होता है अलग अलग. So if the company decides to distribute the profits as dividends, tax implication is different. If the company decides to keep the profits and use it somewhere, tax implication is different. छोड़ दो. Did you understand what is dividend? Did you understand what is repayment of capital? Equity shares, preferences. ठीक है? Done. Now, very important. When you go on the top of the building, there are some people who say कि मेरे को owner नहीं बनना है. I don't want to become an owner. Are banks owner? Banks are not owners. ठीक है? Because banks are taking less risk. Because they are giving fixed money, they will get repayment, 10 years loan, 10 years के बाद they are going to get their money repaid, they are going to get interest also. Fixed है वो, सब कुछ fixed है. They are not owners. ठीक है? We are owners. Our money is blocked till the end of the company. We can go away, we can sell our shares, we might get dividend, we might not get dividend. कुछ fix नहीं है owners का. There are some people, you go on top of that building, there are some people who say कि मेरे को बैंक जैसा करना है. I want to give you money, but I want interest on that money. I don't want to become, so you say, but you will not become owner then. If you are not ready to take risk, you cannot get higher rewards. That person says, okay, I don't want to be the owner. I just want to give you money because I like the concept of smart glass. I know you will be able to repay me interest. So give me periodic interest. After let's say 5 years, I want my money back and I won't be the owner. So I will not have voting rights. I will not get dividend, etc. I will get interest. So you then, I come to you and I tell you कि क्या करना है, लेना है इसको, whether to give money. He is acting like a bank, yes or no? Ultimately, he is acting like a bank. Who is giving loan to whom here? He is giving loan to company. Who will pay interest to him? Company will pay interest to him. Is he becoming the owner of the company? He is not becoming the owner of the company because we are giving him interest. It is like a loan. He is giving me a loan. I am giving him interest. You don't own me. I don't own you. समझा? Who owns? जो खुद का पैसा लगाता है, who might not get the money back. So will that person who is ready to give us a loan, will he bear the loss if company incurs losses? He will not bear the loss. He say, I want my interest fixed. Whether you make a loss of 20 rupees or 200 crore rupees, I don't care. Just like banks. Whether you make a profit of 2000 crores, I don't care. I want my interest. Fixed income, fixed risk. समझा? So we say कि, but it is no, he is not a bank. कैसे करेंगे उसको? So then I tell you कि let us write on a paper, give him 5 years बाद. Do you remember the word bond? Bonds. Bonds are also issued by companies to give to people. Now do you think only one individual will be like that or hundreds will be like that? Hundreds are like that. Big companies are like that. Big organizations are like that. ठीक है? So we know shares. Who are shares? Owners. Yes or no? We know bonds. Do you agree with bonds? Have we taken any other money from someone else? We have taken money from banks. Loans. ठीक है? Does this have to be repaid after fixed time? Does this have to be repaid after fixed time? Do they carry interest? Do they carry interest? Do they have to be repaid after fixed time? No. They don't have to be repaid after fixed time. So ownership can change, but capital remains in the company, na? Do they get dividend? Always? Depending. Who has the maximum risk? Shares. Who gets the shareholders? Who gets the maximum rewards? Shareholders. Fixed risk, fixed rewards, fixed risk, fixed rewards. Who will bear the maximum losses? Shareholders. Who will gain the maximum benefits? Shareholders. There is a term which will come here in between. It is a mix of bonds and loans. It is in the nature of bonds and loans. Itna hi kafi hai to know. It is called as debentures. It is in the nature of bonds and loans. Bas. This is a technical term. No need to go into depth. It is called as debentures. Now, do you think these things will appear on the asset side of a company or liability side of a company? Liability side. Repay karna hai na. And capital, I told you, capital is the business responsibility to repay with profits. Yes or no? So ये तो आएगा ही, share capital, bonds, these are all liability sides. Can I say these are sources of financing? यहीं से तो पैसा आया है. And now where will the money be used? To buy building, to do business, etc. And that forms the asset side of the company. Simple. Bank का भी आपको आ गया, company का भी you came to know now. Right? What is secondary market? Reselling of purchase and resale of securities जहाँ पे होता है. See, these are known as securities. I told you ना, securities are financial instruments. It can be a share, it can be bonds, it can be debenture. Loan नहीं, because loan is more structured, loan is more agreement based. ठीक है? Very good. Now, where did we raise loans from? Where did we raise money from? Primary market, secondary market? Primary market. If we are raising money for the 5th time, where will it go? IPO, FPO or secondary market? FPO, further public offer. If company is not raising money but the ownership is changing constantly, then where it will go? Secondary market. Done? Simple. The market who does this, we established a market na in between, जिसके 2 parts है, primary market, capital market. This is the capital market. ठीक है? The market who does this, or do you know Amazon doesn't sell its product? अभी आया है Amazon brand and all, but do you know normally Amazon is a marketplace. It just tells कि sellers come here, buyers come here. OLX, does OLX sell its own products? OLX just helps buyers and sellers meet. Yes or no? We call that as a capital market. So there are such various capital markets in the country and they are called as stock exchange. Have you heard of stock exchange? Stock market, stock exchange. This is a market. Stock exchange is a market. It's a market. Sellers come there, buyers come there. They exchange. क्या exchange करते हैं? Either they give money and buy shares, or they give money and buy already existing shares, or they exchange shares. Secondary market, primary market. So stock exchange has both parts, primary market and secondary market. अभी समझा? Stock exchange. So let's say if you go to a stock exchange and if you say कि I want to buy shares of new shares of a company, it will say go to primary market का window. If you say कि I want to buy shares of Tata Motors, it's already existing, उसका share चल रहा है, go to secondary market. अभी समझा? Now comes a very next layer. कितने का share बेचा था हमने in initial this thing? 10 rupees. I hope you remember this, 10 rupees. Now this 10 is called the face value. Why face value? Because it is printed on the face of the instrument. Now tell me, tomorrow our smart glass idea takes off. बहुत popular, every household is using smart glass. Ice का भी temperature बता देता है, so nice, smart glass. Ice पे light white मारता है, in the glass only, very good. ठीक है? Now this smart glass, what is it doing? It is creating profits for us. This product is very good. What do you think? More and more people will be interested in buying, or less people will be interested in buying? More people. Company is not issuing new shares. Company is happy with the money. ठीक है? More and more people want to buy. How will they buy now? Company is not issuing new shares. तो क्या करेंगे? Secondary market. You will go to secondary market. Will the current owner sell at 10 rupees or higher price? They have given 10 rupees when the company was nothing. Now everyone is enjoying smart glass. ठीक है? We will do patent for it, ना? Smart glass. Good idea, ना? We will do patent and trademark भी करेंगे. Level up smart glass. Level up your drinking experience. ऐसा tagline होगा उसका. Next level drinking. है ना? So we can do that. हाँ. Will the existing owner sell at 10 rupees or more than 10 rupees? Popular है, बहुत popular है. Someone is ready to buy it at 150 rupees also. You will sell it at 150 rupees. ठीक है? Tomorrow, government announces कि smart glasses are banned. What will happen to the share price? Will it go up or come down? It will come down. People will start. It will come down. Why? Why will it come down? Demand supply में क्या होगा? What will happen from the supply side? People will start buying or start selling? People will start selling, which means supply will increase, which means price will come down. People would not want to buy also, which means demand would also come down, which means price would come down. समझा? It is all demand supply basically. ठीक है? The price which is 150. So can I say price can change every day? Today is 150, tomorrow 155, depending on the market sentiment. Because any news can come about smart glass. Any news can come about any of the directors of smart glass. So let us say now, answer me. Director of LevelUp Smart Glass Company found harassing women in public. What do you think will happen to the image of the company? Will it go up or go down? Go down. What do you think will it happen to the share price? It will also go down. It all depends on sentiment. See, you might think it is ultimately related to profits, but it is not related to profits. It is related to brand value. It is related to sentiments. बराबर है? Tata is a brand which you trust. Anything, Titan watches हो, Tetley tea हो, Tata Motors हो, TCS हो, you trust. You don't see ना कितना profit कमा रहा Tata है. Do you see how much profit is earning? Tata is a brand value you can trust. There are some brands which are चोर. नाम से ही पता है कि ये चोर है. Irrespective of the profits they are earning. So it all depends on one word. Very important word is sentiments. Everything in the market becomes sentiment based. ठीक है? So you might read in newspaper share price of Adani Energy went up. ठीक है? Now why it will go up? Because Adani Energy, let's say एक news आया है कि Adani Energy has got the rights to a new minefield, let's say a new coal field, to generate energy from a new coal field. Is it a prospective business opportunity for Adani? So it will increase its profit, share price will go, because more and more people think, if I invest here, tomorrow price will increase, because it will earn profit, I might get dividend also, today also price will increase, yes or no? So this price is called as market price. This face value, that 150 which we discussed, is called as market price or market value. Okay? So why do you think founders or founder promoters sell their shares after 10 years? Because they have invested 10 rupees, but then their shares become 1 lakh rupees in value, suppose, and then they sell their shares. Profit kiya na? Simple. Not regular profit like interest and all, but more profit. Appreciation in value, na? Land jaisa hai. See, it is like land. You invest in a land, but as time passes, land value goes up. Sometimes it might go down, sometimes it might go up, and then you sell the land. पैसा मिला. Does land give you return regularly? No. Rent gives you, but land है, खाली land पड़ा है. Land का value might go down also. Tomorrow if government declares कि that land is a sensitive land, nothing can be done on that land. Nobody will buy that land from you. You are stuck with that land, right? Did you understand market value price? Did you understand why prices go up, why prices go down? So today if you want to buy a share of Reliance, would you buy it at 10 rupees or the current market price? Current market price. Where do you see your current market price? Stock exchange पे जाके you will see the current market price. Did you understand this? Is it fairly clear? ठीक. Any doubts in this? Pakka. Where is this selling and buying happening? Which market? Secondary market. Secondary market. It is not happening in the primary market. ठीक है? It is not happening in the primary market. It is happening in the secondary market. When new shares are being produced, then it happens in the primary market. Okay? When you are playing with others' babies, it is in secondary market. When you are giving birth to a baby, then it is primary market. Okay? Now there are a lot of stock exchanges in India. There are around 10 to 11 stock exchanges in India. What is stock exchange? The place where stocks are exchanged, the place where buying and selling of stocks is done. Now if you remember Scam 1992 series, on the floor they are yelling. You remember they yell ki aisa aisa, then do this, they do this. They are signaling the prices. Okay? That is a stock exchange floor. Earlier this used to happen under a tree. So sellers used to come in that tree, buyers used to come in. Have you seen Guru movie? Abhishek Bachchan, they are yelling. They are also stage pe khade hoke and all, auditorium mein they yell and all. Earlier this used to happen. Now also this happens. The only difference is it happens online. There is no yelling, there is nothing, but it happens online. Millions of buyers buy shares every day, millions of sellers sell shares every day. Did you notice one thing? For you to buy share at 150, someone has to sell the share at 150. कहाँ से मिलेगा? Secondary market है ना? On OLX, if you want to buy something, someone is willing to sell, तो ही होगा ना? Otherwise, produce हवा में थोड़ी आएगा. It's not primary market. Remember, why is he selling the share at 150 and why are you buying the share at 150? मतलब if you think 150 is a good price, then why is he selling it at 150 then? मतलब अगर आपको लग रहा है कि सस्ते में है मिल रहा है, then why is he selling? He is already the owner of the share. See, he might have a need for financial money and all, that is all fine. But why is he selling it at 150? If he thinks that, see, Adani got a right to a new coal field, he must have read that. He is already a shareholder. Then, why is he selling? You are going to buy because you know Adani will make profit tomorrow. But why is he selling? Why are you getting an opportunity to buy? This is the exact difference between buying logic and selling logic. He might think about something else. He might say कि अरे coal तो government is going to ban now. Government is pushing for electronic e-energy or electronic mobility or sustainable fuel. So Adani will earn profits for 1 or 2 years, but it will go down ultimately. So he is selling. So buyers and sellers have different logics, different sets of information. है ना? Because if everybody thought the same thing, then ये buying selling possible ही नहीं होता ना. Buying selling is only possible when you have different logics. When he wants to sell using a different logic, see, it is not his business to sell the shares. Always bear in mind. वो बेचने का उसका धंधा नहीं है to buy and sell the shares. You are buying for investment. He is also selling for his investment only. ठीक है? That brings us to the 3 motives of investing or 3 motives of participating in the stock market. First motive, trading. Trading. What is trading? Buying and selling. ठीक है? These are the people who buy at a low price, sell at a high price. Trading. Their main income is from trading. Second kind of people are investing. These are the people who are not interested in day-to-day fluctuations, who are not invested in day-to-day analysis of this. They just invest and then they see after 1 month or 1 year kitna price hai. If they see ki price is increased, they sell. Who are active? Who are short-term? Traders. They even do intraday trading. Within day also they do. Within the day, same day पे buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. यही चलता है. You must have seen the photos and all. Harshad Mehta and all these were active traders. They are traders. They are never investors. But when you start earning income, you will think of investing because you have a job, and then you would think of investing in the market and get money, get extra money. ठीक है? Very complicated word. ठीक है? Hedging. I'll tell you the meaning. You don't have to remember it. यहाँ से सुनो, यहाँ से छोड़ दो. Hedging means they protect their financial losses by using some strategies. कुछ तो strategy करके they invest in Tata Motors shares, let's say. They expect the shares to go up. So they are, उनका business में loss होने वाला है 200 rupees. They plan to make a profit of 200 rupees by investing in Tata shares. तो उनका loss overall 0 हो गया. 200 का loss in business, 200 का loss in profit in shares 0 हो गया. That's it. You should forget this. ये दो important है. ठीक है? There are various stock exchanges in India. Two major stock exchanges. Can anyone name 2 major stock exchanges in India? Have you heard of BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange? Have you heard of NSE, National Stock Exchange? BSE and NSE. These are the major stock exchanges in India. There are various other stock exchanges also. Have you heard of Gift City, GIFT, Gift City? You have not heard about Gift City. So we have India mein there are a lot of problems. We don't attract a lot of foreign direct investment. Why do you think we don't attract a lot of foreign direct investment? What can be the factors which are hampering the foreign direct investment? क्या लगता है? Why don't people want to invest in India? Corruption, red tapeism, bureaucracy, land नहीं मिलता है for them to do business. See, we have discussed FDI and FPI in detail. FII, FPI, FDI, we have discussed in depth in detail in the balance of payment chapter. ठीक है? So they don't come to India. So what we did is कि we गुजरात में we created a city. अभी recently 2-3 years ago in Gujarat we created a city in Gandhinagar. ठीक है? And that for all economic purposes, pay attention, for economic purposes that city will be considered as a foreign land. Sir, क्या बोल रहे हो आप? So when you read, you will realize this is you are in a very basic stage of your learning, you are in a very basic stage of your preparation. So I don't want to get into the depth now. When you read ahead, you will come to know about these things. So there is a city जहाँ पे the land is considered a foreign land, which means dollar currency चलती है वहाँ पे, not physically, in transactions, in economic transactions, right? So people who want to invest or people who want to participate in transactions, in foreign exchange transactions, they can participate here. And everything happens online. You don't need to go there. This is called as Gift City. ठीक है? Gift, G-I-F-T, Gift City. So Gujarat International Financial Tech City, Gift City. So Gift City बोलते हैं. So Gift में there is a stock exchange called as India International Exchange. ठीक है? This exchange deals in shares of foreign companies. It is very difficult for you to comprehend, I understand. So छोड़ दो अभी. Just know कि there is such a thing. Don't get into the depth now. कोई sense नहीं है. We go one step at a time. ठीक है? ये सब समझा? BSE, NSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, IIX. Now more than that, I want you to know that have you heard about something called Aj? So what they do is, ठीक है, what they do is BSc and NSC. Now, what do you think? How many companies would be selling their shares or would be trading their shares in BSc? Many companies, NSC also, right? Do you think many companies also sell their shares outside these markets and not on any other market? They do. They do. It is just that they cannot deal with the public at large. Let's say we 20 are there, we can give shares to our relatives. Public की जरूरत नहीं है. But the moment when we go on the terrace and call for public, then we have to get ourselves registered on these things. वो organized हो जाता है ना फिर. ठीक है, Amazon director can give his products to anyone else, but the moment he is selling his products on a wider platform, he has to go it on a streamlined platform only. Now I'm going to tell you some words, you have to know them. Any company, do you know that sellers have to register on Amazon? Do you also have to register on Amazon as a buyer? Address डालना पड़ता है, mobile OTP, everything. You also have to register. ठीक है? So the registering of companies on the stock exchange. उसके बाद क्या होगा? What will happen? Stock exchange will start displaying the price of that company share. Yes or no? Amazon starts displaying the price of your product. Yes or no? Just compare it with Amazon, and you are a seller if you are a company. So do you know that sellers are also listed on Amazon, registered on Amazon? So the act or the moment when a company approaches a stock exchange ki sir, I want my shares to be accessible to the public in your primary and secondary market, please allow me. Stock exchange says sign an agreement with me, हम कर लेंगे, we are the market, you come. This is known as listing. Normal है, listing. जैसे seller lists with Amazon कि I want to sell my products, I want people to be able to sell or to be able to buy my products. Similarly, so you only tell me what is a listed company. You only tell me what is a listed company. The company whose shares are listed on the stock exchange is a listed company. Who is an unlisted company? The company whose shares are not listed on a stock exchange. Who is a public company? Who is a public company? सोचो. And इसका opposite क्या होगा? Private company. ठीक है? So private company, there are certain restrictions. We are not getting into technical details. Public company is a company where shares are held by the public. Public के पास shares है. Private company is a company where shares are held by close ones only. समझा? So we 20 people, if we are running a company, we don't go on the terrace and we don't demand money from the company. We are private company. Public company is where public is involved. Listed. So public company has to be, after a point of time, it has to go for listing. ठीक है? So ये दोनों कॉम्बिनेशन हो सकता है, पब्लिक अनलिस्टेड, पब्लिक लिस्टेड, प्राइवेट अनलिस्टेड, प्राइवेट लिस्टेड. प्राइवेट लिस्टेड नहीं हो सकता बिकॉज in listed you have to be a public company and then only you can go for listing. वो technical है, don't go there. Just know these 4 aspects of, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible because this is very technical, but UPSC might ask simple question on unlisted company पूछ लिया and you might not be able to answer. I don't want that. It will ask very simple questions, no complicated questions. समझा? What is listed company? Company whose shares are listed on the stock exchange. What is unlisted company? Not. Public company, shares are held by the public in general at large. There are limits. 200 के ऊपर shareholders है तो public company, 200 के नीचे तो private company. Simple. ऐसे other also limits are there, but one limit I told you just for ease of understanding. समझा आपको public private? ठीक है. Now now I would like to ask you, how many companies do you think would be listed on NSE? Do you understand the question? How many companies would be listed? Many companies would be listed. What they do is they take the top 30 companies ठीक है, टॉप 30 कंपनीज जो बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज है, दे डू अ वेटेड एवरेज, एक एवरेज निकालते, एक वैल्यू आता है, वन वैल्यू कम्स, दैट वैल्यू इज कॉल्ड एज इंडेक्स. इंडेक्स नॉर्मली इंडेक्स इज नथिंग बट your book index shows your entire content ka page number and all. Similarly, index, mathematically, statistically speaking, index is nothing but an average of your underlying values. Now sir, what are those values? I'll tell you. Pay attention, this is very important. 150 is the current market price of, what is our company name? LevelUp Smart Glass. ठीक है, let us, so is this the number of shares or the price of one share? Price of one share, rupees है. Let us say we are having 100 shares, for example. How much is the total value of the company? 150 into 100 बराबर 15,000. Yes or no? Rupees. 150 into 100 shares. Total कितना shares है company में? Total worth is 15,000. This word is important. This 15,000 is called as फैंसी वर्ड यूज करते ना, मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन. क्वेश्चन, डज मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन चेंज एवरी सेकेंड, एवरी डे, एवरी मिनट? बिकॉज ऑफ दिस और दिस, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस. व्हेन विल दिस चेंज? इन प्राइमरी मार्केट और सेकेंडरी मार्केट? प्राइमरी मार्केट, शेयर्स है ना ये. सी प्राइस विल कीप ऑन चेंजिंग बिटवीन दीज 100 शेयर होल्डर्स ओनली ना. Company has issued 100 shares, there are 100 people, there will be others who will buy from them. Shares बढ़ेगा नहीं, वो 5 शेयर उसको बेचेगा. Shareholders might reduce. One person having 5 shares will sell all, or 5 people having 1 share can sell all their shares to one person. Shareholders might reduce, but shares will not reduce. This happens only in primary market. This will happen in secondary market. This changes every day. This hardly changes. समझ आ रहा है? Will this change every day? Because this is changing. As per market capitalization, जो top 30 companies है, top 30, as per market capitalization, जो top 30 companies है, as per market capitalization, जो top 30 companies है, BSE is one stock exchange, we know. BSE is one stock exchange, we know. NSE is one stock exchange. What BSE does is, अच्छा by the way, BSE is also making profits in its business. वो कोई वो नहीं कर रहा है. How does it make profit and all छोड़ दो. But BSE is also in itself a commercial entity. It is not a government entity. Always bear this in mind. BSE was the Asia's first stock exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange. 1872 में 18 से 19 भी नहीं 18. ठीक है, BSE. So earlier I told ना, they used to sit under trees. So BSE started under a tree. And then they started, and अभी online हो गया सब कुछ. I will show you, I will take you to the website of stock exchange and all. ठीक है, Bombay Stock Exchange, what it does is, it says कि what I will do is, I will take top 30 companies by market capitalization. So all big companies will come. उसका I will do average as per the weight. So total market capitalization of top 30 companies is, let's say, 100 rupees. उसमें से Tata will have 7 rupees, Reliance will have 12 rupees. So 7% weightage of Tata, 12% weightage of Reliance and all. Weightage लेके I will publish one index. That index will be a weighted average. This is all statistics. That index will be a weighted average of the market capitalization ka prices. And that, so now tell me, if the index goes up, if that figure index goes up, what does it show? It shows that top 30 companies में से majority companies have gone up. Some might have gone down, but average has gone up. Yes or no? It is just an average. It is an average. In your marks also, if your average marks go up, possibly कि your some paper were brilliant, but some papers might also have come down, but average ऊपर गया है. Simple, simple. ठीक है? Now that average, how many companies? Top 30 companies. By what? उसको M cap बोलते हैं. Market capitalization, M cap. I'm taking you into finance now. ठीक है? Top 30. This is the most challenging chapter for me to teach. टॉप 30 को एम कैप मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन बोलते हैं. टॉप 30 कंपनीज का एवरेज लेगा वो, वेटेड एवरेज लेगा वो. क्या लेगा? वेटेड एवरेज. वेटेड एवरेज लेगा वो, एंड इट विल पब्लिश वन नंबर. नाउ इफ दैट नंबर गोज डाउन, व्हाट डज इट मीन? top 30 में से many companies have performed poorly, their share price have gone down, their market capitalization has gone down. Why will their market capitalization go down? Because their share price is going down. This does not change. ठीक है? So when you read market has gone up, it means this average has gone up. When you see market has gone down, it means this average has gone down. Yes or no? Now, when we talk about BSE, this weighted average is done for how many? Top 30 companies. Now, this top 30 companies weighted average leke, so can I say ki this index will show the sensitivity of the market, kitna upar ja raha hai, kitna niche aa raha hai? Yes. So this weighted average is called sensitivity index. Now I'll tell you some very big secret. You have heard this. Have you heard about this? This is the reason. This is the logic behind it. Sensitivity index is Sensex. So if Sensex goes up, what does it mean? It means the underlying 30 companies ka, majorly companies ka market capitalization due to increase in market price of the share has gone up. That is why Sensex has gone up. And Sensex also goes up, Sensex also comes down. This happens every single second of the day, every second. This trading goes on from 9:30 to 3:15 normally. And holidays पे बंद रहता है. Did we speak about India International Exchange? India International Exchange is open 24/7. Why? Time zone. It lists the trading of other countries also, so it is open. Similarly, Singapore International Exchange is the biggest in the world. Then there is Hong Kong Exchange है. ये सब international exchanges है. So India also wanted one of its own. That is why India International Exchange. Let us not go there. Sensex. Did you understand? सेम इसका भी है, इसका अलग है लेकिन it does top 50 MCAP, same weighted average. The name is very simple. Top 50 है, name is Nifty 50. So when you want to invest in any share, you have to choose whether you want to invest in that. So one company can be listed in both also. So you have to choose whether that you want to invest in Reliance, in BSE or in NSE, whether you want to buy the product from Flipkart or Amazon, basically. Samjha? I am taking you one level deeper. This is advanced stuff. ठीक है? Shares is very simple instrument. There are some complex instrument which I want you to know. Only the concept should be known. बाकी सब forget it. Right? चलो. You are an importer. Do you need dollars to pay or will you receive dollars? You are an importer. You will need dollars to pay or you will receive dollars from outside. You are an importer, you will require dollars to be paid in the future, yes or no? So you imported $1 lakh worth of stuff for your making your glass and all. The exporter, जो वहाँ का है exporter, you are the importer. The seller told you कि pay me after 6 months. Normal trade practice में 3, 4, 6 months होता रहता. Now you have imported $1 lakh worth of stuff. आज का rate is $1. सर ये रेट देखते ही आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड क्या होने वाला है. $1 is ₹70. ये today's rate है. You have to pay after how long? 6 months. ठीक है? When will you be at risk? When rupee goes up or rupee goes down? When will you be at risk? You are an importer. See, in balance of payment, we have done depreciation, appreciation, devaluation, revaluation. We have done all sorts of changes. You are an importer. So when will you be at risk? When $1 becomes 65 or when $1 becomes 75. 75. Because $1 lakh into 70 आज pay करना है. अगर आज करना होता तो $1 lakh into 70. But if it goes to 75 6 months down the line, then it will be $1 lakh into 75. But if it goes to 65, then you will be fayda because you will only have to pay $1 lakh into 65. You don't want to take this risk. You don't want to take this risk because any कुछ भी हो सकता है ना आगे पीछे. You go to the bank, normal bank. You go to a normal bank. You say कि bank, a bank. After 6 months, I am going. See, ultimately, आज भी if you need dollars, you will go to bank only. कि please give me dollars. You go to bank. You say I need dollars. Bank will say sure sir, $1.70 के हिसाब से I will give you dollars. You say no, I don't need it today. I need it after 6 months. ठीक है? Bank will say sir 6 months later तो तभी आओ. We will give you. You say कि sir, let us do one thing. Let us fix one rate. जो 6 months बाद you will give me. Guarantee rate. Bank will say why will I give you guarantee rate because I am also not sure. You say कि take commission on it. Bank will say कि अच्छा. Now, when will you go to the bank? If you think rupee will become 75 or if you think rupee will become 65? 75. When will bank give you a guarantee? If it thinks rupee will become 75 or rupee will become 65? Bank will think कि 65 हो गया मेरा फायदा होगा. So bank says कि okay fine. Let us fix it at 73 rupees. ठीक है? कभी fix हो रहा है? Fixing is done today. For when? 6 months later. Bank is guaranteeing, irrespective of the actual rate after 6 months, I will give you at 73. Done. समझा ये concept? Now, there are two possible cases. After 6 months, on that day, rupee can be 75, rupee can be 65. Fixed rate 73 hai, bank has to honor this and importer has to buy at 73 only. Where will bank lose? If it becomes 75, bank will lose, or if it becomes 65, bank will lose. Where will bank lose? Think and tell. Chalo, think from an importer's angle. Has import and think कि 75 हुआ है. Has importer saved himself थोड़ा सा? 2 rupees का फायदा हुआ ना importer को. Because अगर ये नहीं करता, so he would have been required to give 75 rupees. But since 73 fix हो गया है, उसके बाद price कुछ भी हो जाए, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Right? So many jewelers also run these schemes. कि fix your rate today. After that, if it increases, we will give you at today's rate. And even in real estate, this happens. Fix your flat ka rate today only. After that, if it increases, we will give at this rate only. Okay? When are you gaining? If after the 6 months the rate worsens. When are you losing? After 6 months, importer sees in the paper, अरे 65 rate है, फालतू का मैंने ये दिया. Plus I gave commission to bank also. कुछ तो some percentage commission is gone to the bank. I have lost. In this 65, importer has lost because ये कुछ नहीं करता तो 65. Bank has gained. What has bank gained? Commission मिला है. Plus 65 के हिसाब से. But here 75 के हिसाब से importer has gained कि अरे बच गए. 75 हो जाता, I have safely done at 73. ठीक है? When am I agreeing to the rate? Today or after 6 months? Agreement कब हो रहा है? For rate after 6 months. Very important. This is called as a forward contract. This is normally done with banks and financial institutions. Now answer me these things. Will it be standard or will it be tailor based depending on person to person, uska requirement, uska background, uska income and all? It will be different, right? It will be non-standardized, right? So the moment it becomes non-standardized, it will be something called as tailor-made, right? And it will be dealt over the counter, ना कि बैठ के बात करके negotiate करके होगा. It will be over the counter. Yes or no? Right? Simple. Now, let us substitute this by 1 share 70 rupees. Just imagine. 1 share 70 rupees. Tomorrow you think that share might go to 75 or that share might go to 65 also. ठीक है? Today only you make a deal with the seller. Seller thinks ulta, obviously seller will think ulta. Seller is thinking 65 jayega, you are saying ki 75 jayega. So if you want to buy today, you will buy it at 70. If you think that price will go to 75 tomorrow, you say ki nahi, I should lock the price at less than 75. But if the seller think it will go to 65, he will make a profit by locking it at more than 65. Just same thing. I'm not repeating, same thing. Your bank is the seller and you are the buyer of dollars. Your dollar is the commodity. When it comes to shares, similar type of contract can be executed between buyer and the seller. When buyer estimates, so now you only tell me, if buyer thinks that share price will go up, will he enter into contract or not enter into contract? He will. If buyer thinks that share price will go down, what will he do? He will wait and he will buy at the lower price later on. Seller, when will seller enter into a contract? If the share, he thinks that price will go up or he thinks that price will go down? Go down, because he wants to lock at high price. Imagine you are having a phone, you know that your phone is becoming outdated day by day. So you will try to lock the price today only. See, today you cannot transact. Aaj nahi kar pa rahe. You don't have money today. If you had money to aaj hi kar lete. But you don't have money, you are predicting the future. Yes or no? And many times we see that let us say Diwali ko ek mahina bacha hai. So you will postpone your purchase because in Diwali various schemes and offers come, discount hota hai. After any season, end of season sale hota hai. You postpone your purchase because you estimate price will go down. Yes or no? If prices do not go down after in Diwali, what will happen? Your loss. Okay? So this mechanism gives a provision of fixing the rate beforehand. Lock kar dete. Okay? For shares. This is called as, for shares, it is called as, pay attention, futures. I'm just explaining the concept, बाकी कुछ नहीं. ठीक है? Futures contract, forward and futures. Is it standardized or non-standardized? When it comes to shares, it is always standardized. आपको लेना है तो लो, वरना जाने दो. Depend, your background doesn't matter. See, always remember, in stock exchange, buyer never knows the seller. Okay? In Amazon, you know the seller, but in stock exchange, you don't know. Stock exchange will buy from him and sell it to you. Stock exchange will buy from you and sell it to him. You never know the seller. समझा आपको? Stock exchange is guaranteeing कि I will deliver the shares to your home, sir. You don't need to know मैं कहाँ से ला रहा हूँ. समझा? Similarly, in banks also, you don't know now the loan which you are getting, whose money is it? Similarly, ये है. So it is always standardized, and it is not over the counter. It is on the exchange, stock exchange. ये समझा? ये समझा? After, let's say, ये भी 6 months के बाद you made a deal with it. After 6 months, can any one of you back out of the deal? No. Agreement है. करना तो पड़ेगा ही. ठीक है? Now funny thing I'll tell you. Are you understanding? These concepts are very important. See, UPSC will ask a very simple question on future contract. एकदम ही simple फालतू question, but many people will not know what is future contract. Right? Now, after 6 months, do you have an option to back out? No. Let us say you are the buyer, I am the seller, we enter into a contract. See, first of all, you should know that we are entering into a contract because we are having opposite views about the future. I am thinking price will go down, you are thinking price will go up. That is the basis of this. अगर पता है कि नहीं होने वाला तो nobody will enter into a contract. ठीक है? हाँ. So, in the last scenario, if you are the buyer, I am the seller, I give you an option कि after 6 months you can back out. Will you take it? After 6 months, if you think that nahi, rate has not increased, you can buy at market rate also. Don't worry. Is it attractive for you? Yes. Am I mad to give you such an option? No. I will demand something. Yes or no? I will demand some commission, some premium. Right? Similarly, You can also give me an option ki if you want to sell, you sell, otherwise back out. I am giving an option. So I will have to give some premium to you, yes or no? These are called as, relax. कहाँ से आ जाते हैं? अभी क्या करूँ? Close. These are called as good thing, na? No, they don't have fancy name. Option. So it is like the definition is that you have a right to cancel out. You have the right to not honor the contract, whether as a buyer or a seller. दोनों में. इतना समझा? Is this on stock exchange? This is not on stock. Is this on stock exchange? Yes. Is this on stock exchange? Yes. All these apply here also. Huh? Same. So FO. These are called as F and O, future and options. इनको एक combined term भी बोलते हैं. You must have heard this term. These F and O combined, are called as derivatives. These are some of the most complex instruments, complex financial instruments. These combined F and O are called as derivatives. ठीक है? Because their price, the price of a options contract depends on the underlying price की share का ज़्यादा होगा कम होगा. So what is traded? You know what is traded? Option is traded. कि so when you go on online on the stock exchange, you will see an option is being traded of Tata Motors. Shares is not traded. Option is traded of Tata Motors, saying कि 6 months validity है and option cost is 50 rupees. If you want to buy, you can buy the option to buy or option to sell a Tata shares contract. इतना समझा? ठीक है? Let us go to a website. किसका जाएंगे? NSE, BSE, BSE. Let us see what do we understand. See this. What is this? This is the index. This is Sensex. BSE का Sensex है ना? See this. Sensex. What does this indicate? Plus 134. It has increased. If it was reduced, then it would be. What is 52,900? What does it indicate? It indicates the average market capitalization, weighted average market capitalization of top 30 companies. Okay? See this. This is how market has moved throughout the day. कहाँ गया है? ठीक. Okay? Now, कहाँ जाएंगे हम? There are different indexes, different baskets. So S&P, BSE, Sensex. This is for top 30 companies. This is for the next 50. This is for the next 50. This is for 100 companies. This is for Bharat 22. It is a mix of 22 public sector enterprises का weighted average. ठीक है? Different types of indices है यहाँ पे. You will read this in your what we say, in your current affairs. ये आते रहता है. See this. So these are all traded. No need to go in depth, but look at it कि words यही है. See this. Registered investors 7 crores. Number of companies traded 3,000. How many companies increased? 1,700. How many companies reduced in market value? 1,400. Unchanged 137. ठीक है? This is all complicated, so I am just skipping this. Who are the gainers? These companies gained. See this 140%. So if yesterday you would have got this share, उसका 140% प्लस हुआ है, 650 का 1300 हो गया है, 140%, 140 रुपीज, सॉरी 11%, 140 रुपीज हैज चेंज्ड. वही मैं सोचू कि कैसे 140 rupees has changed. So you could have booked a profit of 140 rupees per share. 140. So buying 100 shares, you would have got so much. है ना? But the thing is कि we don't know ना. Losers भी है ना? 45 rupees. Central Bank हमेशा ही loser रहता है. See listings. New listings, upcoming listings है. So उसका नाम अभी तक आया नहीं है. Let us go to NSE and see whether they have anything else. What is this? Futures. Nifty 50, next 50, mid cap pe I am coming. So these are, see, I hope you remember the chapter on inflation. Different baskets we make and different indices we calculate, CPI, WPI, PPI. Same logic for different types of companies, top 50, next 100, they calculate different indices. ठीक है, बाकी तो I don't think so anything is there for us. Invest. Derivatives and all है, ठीक है. Did you understand this? What time did we start? I don't recollect. Exact. Okay. Now I am going to show you, or I am going to tell you some very important terms which you should know. I hope you know futures, derivatives, options. Now everything is known. So we are a good company. We are all the 20 owners. We are there. We have all shareholders also. What are we making? We are making LevelUp Smart Glass, right? So today I just got a call. I am the owner. Today I got a call from my office, and I got a call in my office that someone from America, Bill Gates, has liked the concept of smart glass. He is going to buy 1 lakh smart glasses to distribute it to employees in Microsoft. Is this a good thing or a bad thing for our company? Good thing, very good thing. What do you think will happen to the share price? Increase. When it will increase? When the information will be made available to the public, yes or no? Right now the information is with which person? Only me. Suppose I have my best friend who has shares in LevelUp Smart Glass. If I tell him buy as many shares as possible today, tomorrow I am going to declare to the public that we have got a big order. तो price कल बढ़ेगा, then sell all the shares tomorrow. Is it wrong? Yes, very wrong. Why? Because public is being fooled here. I am giving preferential access to my friend, yes or no? So what am I based on? What am I dealing on? I am dealing on some private information. So this information is called as insider information. I am an insider, na? Insider information. This is known as insider information. And trading on the basis of insider information, is called as insider trading. This was also done in scam 1992. है ना, insider trading. He used to ask security guard, he used to ask peons and all कि क्या information है बताओ. He used to buy the shares before the price of before the information of good information about the company went to the public, and then he used to sell the shares when the prices went up after 2 days or whatever. This is called as insider trading. Is insider trading banned? Yes, insider trading is considered a big fraud in India. You have to pay up to 25 crore rupees even for one small insider trading this thing, right? So it is banned. ठीक है, इसका एक फैंसी नाम है, जस्ट पे अटेंशन टू द वर्ड. इनसाइडर इंफॉर्मेशन को हम बोलते हैं यूपीएसआई. ओह, व्हाट इज यूपीएसआई? सी दिस, एवरी वर्ड इज नोन टू यू. Unpublished because not known to public. क्या है ये? कुछ नहीं, insider है, unpublished price sensitive information. So it is bad, it has to be banned, it is banned, insider trading is banned. ठीक है? Next, let's say we want to issue further shares. We will go in FPO or IPO. FPO, new shares are being created. Do you think as a company we would want to reward our existing shareholders for their loyalty and continued patronage and all? So is it okay if I give preference to the existing shareholders? Yes. Law says that it is okay. So when you are issuing new shares, let's say we are already having 5,000 shares and 5,000 shareholders, 5,000 shares, and we want to issue further 2,000 shares. So we will first give them the right. If you want, take it. Otherwise, I will give to the public. मेरे को तो issue करना है, आपको लेना है तो लो, है ना? Sometimes our shopkeeper calls us कि sir, new model has come. If you want, take it. Otherwise, I will tell someone else or whatever. Okay, so this is a reward to the existing shareholders. And do you think I will offer to the existing shareholders at market price? No, I will offer them at a little bit discount. नहीं तो वो तो market में ही खरीद लेगा ना. Then what is loyalty in it? So these shares or this kind of issue of FPO or new shares to the existing shareholders, giving them the right of refusal. They have the right of refusal. Ki no, I don't want. Sell it to the public. Or yes, I want. I will buy it. Okay? This is called as, only the terms are important, rights issue. I am issuing rights for buying new shares to the existing shareholders. Can they refuse? Yes. Can they sell the right to someone else? Yes. So if I am giving 100 rupees ka share at 80 rupees, they can tell मेरे भाई को दे दो 80 rupees का share. He can do that. If he says no, I am not interested, 100 rupees share would be given to the public for 100 rupees only. Is this clear? What is rights issue? Issue of shares at a concessional price to existing shareholders as a reward for their loyalty. See, I'll tell you the very important reason for rights issue. Does issuing new shares increase the number of owners? Does it reduce the power of existing owners? So that is why, to keep it within the family, we say कि आप ही ले लो, है ना? Take double, 2 shares ले लो. Now you have 1 share, take 2 shares. Instead of bringing in someone new, you only take 2 shares. समझा? And that is done everywhere, na? Right? Rights issue. These are small terms I am telling you. So when an IPO is happening, there is a big hype around it. Why big hype? Because you don't know कि क्या price पे finally list होगा on the stock exchange. So you apply for an IPO. So if you believe in the company, let's say now Zomato IPO is coming, biggest startup IPO of India ever. Zomato IPO is coming. So when Zomato IPO comes in, if you know that Zomato is a good company, it is earning profits, it will do good, etc., you will try to invest in Zomato IPO. When it finally gets listed on the stock exchange, when finally price is published, if it is more than what you paid for in IPO, you will sell the shares. If you want to make a profit, if you want to stay, you can stay. If it is less, then you will wait कि price कब वापस बढ़ेगा and it will increase. ठीक है? Now, Zomato is famous. It will get customers for its IPO. Yes or no? Let us say a very small unknown company is trying to go for IPO. Do you think it will find buyers easily? Or shareholders who want to invest easily? It will not find. It is a new company. Nobody has heard of it. People are scared of investing in it. So what will that company do is, that company will bring in some big player. SBI को लेके आएगा and it will allocate most of the shares to SBI, and SBI will advertise कि I have bought this new company and people should invest in this. So those are known as, I'll explain the word also. Those investors, those big investors are known as anchor investors. Why anchor investors? Because they anchor the issue. Anchor से खींचते हैं वो issue. They are big investors. That's it. That's the only thing you need to know. चलो, we started our LevelUp Smart Glass company. Before going to the public, before going up and going to the public, what stages we went through? We asked banks for money. We asked friends and family. Let us say one of your friends says that he knows someone who is a big businessman who invests in shares and all. So would we be interested? We say yes, we are interested. We go to him and he says I will give you money. So you say कि बदले में क्या चाहिए? What will he want? Shares, ownership. When you are a small company, when he is an individual, he is not a big firm, he is big, but he is not a firm. He is using his personal wealth. He is one person. He is known for his business sense. Ratan Tata, Dhirubhai Ambani. They are wealthy people, but they are not businesses. Na? They are businessmen. Business is Tata and Reliance. So when these individual people, they invest in a lot of startups, small startups. Why are they investing in you? Because they know tomorrow you will become big and then they will pull off. Yes or no? They will sell their shares at a higher price. So when these people invest, these are like angels for us. Yes or no? These are called as angel investors. Because otherwise we would have to go to the public and wo public mein jana is a very risky affair. These are known as angels. Angel, एक ही angel. These are known as angel investors. समझा? Whenever he will find an opportunity, he will sell the shares and he will go away. Now see, we have not gone to the public yet. We are not listed yet. Remember, अभी वो बहुत दूर है वो stage. We are just a small startup. Zomato is going for listing now. Zomato has been existing in India since 5-6 years. Now it is going. So ये 5-6 years में क्या हुआ? That we are seeing the story. Some angel investor came when we are very small. Let's say we grew thoda. Angel investor will quit. He will go. He will say कि I have recovered my investment. I want to go. किसको बेचेगा वो? या कौन? Who will be the next person who will fund us? Some big firm, some big company. We are still not going to the public. Some big firm, some big company whose job is to invest in such medium-sized companies before they go to the public, before they become too big. Why will they invest? Same logic. They want to make the company better. They want to earn higher profit. They will take their investment back and they will go away. The moment you go to the public, they will pull away. They will say, "Ki, theek hai, I have." So you know these are basically parents. When your company is growing, angel investor takes care of you up to certain age. After that, some new firm comes. So you know your parents take care of you till the age of 2-3 years. Then you start going to playgroup. Then you start going to school. Then institutions come into your life. पहले क्या होता है? सिर्फ individuals होते हैं. Angel. When this institution comes, have you graduated and gone to the public? No, you have not gone to the public. School में हो अभी भी बच्चे हो, but थोड़े बड़े बच्चे हो. These are called as venture capital firms. आप समझा? These are not individuals. They might be, might not be. These are individuals. They might be, might not be. But their whole business is to invest in some firms to gain profit as they grow big. And when they go public, normally venture capital firms pull out. Pull out means what? They sell their shares to the public. ले लो. And they sell their shares at a higher price. ठीक है? Why angel investors can't come in the later stage? Because they are individuals. So they can invest in small firms. They cannot invest in medium-sized firms. Venture capital firms are big companies. They have the capital, they have the money to invest in big firms. They don't invest in small firms because the probability of success is very low when you are small. Thoda medium ho gaye means yes, you have potential, you have cleared prelims, you have appeared for mains now. So then we will take care of you here. Are you understanding? Venture capital firms. So many concepts. See, only concepts is required because UPSC इससे ज़्यादा बहुत rarely it will ask. If it asks, then UPSC को बोलना हाँ नहीं चलेगा. Is it clear? This entire capital markets is regulated by one organization. Can you guess? Who is the regulator of capital markets in India? I am using the word capital market and not money market. Please bear in mind. Who is the regulator of capital market in India? Have you heard of SEBI? Securities and Exchange Board of India. ठीक है? Just like RBI, it is a regulator. Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, they regulate the entire capital market regime in India. Samjha? Now I'll tell you some emerging concepts. One of the emerging concept is social stock exchange. What do you think is social stock exchange? क्या लगता है? What do you think is social stock exchange? Stock exchange for social firms. Stock exchange for firms who are doing social work. So because these firms do not get access to capital, they are not like big companies now who have all the resources to go for IPO and all. So we are now coming up with a social stock exchange. It will be under BSE, NSE only, but it will list the social companies or the companies engaged in social work so that you can invest in those companies. Samjha? You might not get profit back, you might not get dividend because it is social company. But for those who want to legitimately invest in social causes or companies that are working for social causes, you can invest in social stock exchange. So we are coming with it now. I have read the SEBI report also, 140-200 pages ka. It is very detailed. CAs have a lot of work in social stock exchange because यहाँ पे if you notice transparency is required. कल जाके वो social के नाम पे पैसा लेके भाग गया तो क्या करोगे, है ना? Transparency, a lot of transparency is required. Let me recall your attention, or let me drive your attention to the point of hot money. Have you heard about hot money? Have you heard about Tobin tax? Have you heard about commodities transaction tax and securities transaction tax, CTT, STT? They are collectively known as financial transaction tax, FTT. So whenever a sale is made in the stock market or a purchase is made in the stock market, these taxes are levied. So every time you do a transaction on BSE, NSE, these taxes are levied. I had also given you homework to find out whether CTT and STT are direct taxes or indirect taxes. Okay, I am not going to tell you the answer, that is your homework. Whether CTT or STT are direct taxes or indirect taxes. Now this is a question which has baffled even great economists. How do you classify that? ठीक है? Okay? Now, earlier the shares were available in physical copy. Certificate ना, share certificate. Share था ना, 10 rupees share and all. वो physical था. Now it is all online. Similarly, cash, earlier it was cash, अभी भी है, but now you transfer cash online or net banking से, yes or no? So now when you buy shares of Tata, you will get shares. But do you think you will get physical shares? You will not get physical shares. Okay, two concepts very important. See how it works. This is your bank account. Okay. This is another account जहाँ पे shares होता है. This is your shares account. Now you tell me, when you buy shares, which account will be debited? Bank account will be debited. Your money will go from here, minus which account will be credited? When you sell shares, क्या होगा? यहाँ से निकल जाएगा. Money you will get. ठीक है? Now pay attention. Can I say earlier the shares were in material form, physical material form? Can I say nowadays, so we don't have, we rarely have, there are some cases where material is there. ठीक है? Can I say now materialization is not there, e-shares are there, yes or no? Simple. We went for, see the word, we went for dematerialization of shares. Do you agree with me? Because of online and better है ना dematerialization, वो फट गया share, चोरी हो गया share certificate, कौन, who will be responsible? Online रखो dematerialization of shares. ठीक है? Have you heard of this term? Have you heard of demat account? This is your demat account. Your shares account, वो तो मैंने देसी वे में बोल दिया. It is actually your demat account. This is a very, very crude way of saying shares account. This is your bank account. This is your demat account. So your shares come and go from demat account. Your money comes and goes from bank account. Did you understand dematerialization? Demat account. So demat is dematerialized shares account basically. इतना सिंपल होता है. एंड देन वी रीड, अरे क्या है, नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. ये सिंपल है, वेरी सिंपल. कैन यू गेट योर डीमैट शेयर्स converted to physical copy? Yes, you can do that. It is called rematerialization. You can do that if you want. There are charges and all. You can do that. Very important. This is with bank. Yes or no? This account is with bank. Who do you think has this account? आपका अकाउंट किसके पास होगा? आपका डीमैट अकाउंट किसके पास होगा? Who do you think? Who will have your demat account? Your demat account would be with someone, English, would be with someone called a depository. Depository समझते हो? Depository of shares. You are depositing your share. Depository. ठीक है? They are interested with the safekeeping of your shares, physically and digitally both. They are, your shares, your demat account is with a depository. There are two principal depositories in India. You should know about them. One, CDSL. Second, NSDL. Only two. There are only two depositories. Your homework, find the full form. Central Depository Services Limited and NSDL. ठीक है? Find, read about them, just for your understanding, read about them, how they operate and all. But now tell me, we saw कि BSE पे कितने investors थे? Approx 7 crores. Let us assume कि same number of investors are there on NSE also, 14 crores, suppose 7 into 2. Let us assume 5 crore more are there on other stock exchanges. 20 crores हो गए approx. Do you think NSDL, CDSL has the time to manage 20 crore accounts? Accounts are there with CDSL and NSDL, but do you think every time some problem happens, you can call NSDL and CDSL? Only two entities managing 20 crore account, so they have their agents. ठीक है, कि आप उनसे बात कर लो, they will manage. See, ultimately account is with them only, registration is with them only, but they have some middlemen. Now those middlemen are called as depository participants. DP बोलते हैं उसको, depository participants. They are acting as a participant of the depository, so they will deal with you. So you open your account with DP and DP transfers your or registers your account with depository. Is this understood? Sir, what is the example of depository participant? We know there are two depositories. Many banks also act as depository participants. So when you open your demat account with HDFC Bank, it is acting as, not as a bank, but acting as a depository participant, and it will register your demat account with NSDL, CDSL. Whatever you need to get the work done, it will do it on its behalf. नहीं होता है तो it will deal with depository. ठीक है? Have you heard of Zerodha? Depository participant. Have you heard of Paytm Money? Depository participant. अभी समझा flow क्या होता है? Always remember one thing, when you are buying a share, someone is selling it. ठीक है? And why is he selling? तो उसका logic is going opposite to your logic. Hence उतार चढ़ाव. Sometimes sellers win, sometimes buyers win. If you have seen Harshad Mehta वाला series, scam वाला, you would be knowing what I am telling you. ठीक है? Answer me. If you think market is going to go up, उसको कोई word है? Can you guess the word? If you think market is going to go up, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Bull market. I hope you know bull market. Bull means charging up. Opposite क्या होता है? Bear market. Bear means very timid and very ऐसे relaxed bear market. ठीक है? So like suppose if I tell you कि you are going to perform very well in your prelims exam, I am bullish on you, which means I am thinking कि your scores will go up and I will bet on it. मतलब I will buy shares. So if you think that Reliance shares are going to increase in value, are you bullish or bearish? Bullish. Will you buy or sell? Buy today, sell afterwards when it will increase. If you are bearish on something, what will you do? You will sell because you know that tomorrow price is going to go down. So you will sell now only. है ना, आज ज़्यादा है तो आज बेच दो. समझा? Bull and bear. What is a bull market? What is a bear market? These are terms which you need to know because UPSC might ask a question कि simple question पूछेगा कि in a bull market selling is mostly done और ऐसा कुछ तो question रहेगा. So that to avoid that we should do this. ठीक है? 2 or 3 last things. What is market capitalization? M cap क्या होता है? Number of shares into market value, not the face value. Always remember, not the face value. Face value is 10 rupees, market value 150 rupees. You know MRF का share price, I'll tell you. I'll show you MRF share price. I'll show you, wait, see this. I hope you know MRF, tire बनाता है. Do you know the full form of MRF? Madras Rubber Factory. See, search में क्या है देखो. मैंने नहीं किया ये, सब ये करते हैं. सी MRF शेयर प्राइस, 1 शेयर कितने का है? ठीक है, ओके. नाउ दिस इज द मार्केट प्राइस. इफ वी गो टू, है ना इंटरेस्टिंग ये चैप्टर. नाउ सी दिस, दे हैव सर्च्ड इट ऑलरेडी. कितना है 1990 में, कितना था? See this, 14,000 परसेंटेज से बड़ा है शेयर प्राइस. See this, are you getting this? ठीक है, चलो. नाउ MRF का लाइफ टाइम हाई देखो. ये दिस वेरी फॉल्स. You know MRF recently, just 1 month back, MRF touched 94,000, 93,000, 94, 95,000. 1 share. This is the costliest share in the Indian stock market. Indian stock market. बाहर का, if I show you, there is a company called, see this. 1 share. And see the currency. कितना? 4,19,820 USD. तो जस्ट इमेजिन, हम एक शेयर भी नहीं खरीद सकते. हाँ, नाउ MRF शेयर फेस वैल्यू. फेस वैल्यू ये सब मार्केट प्राइस ही दे रहा है. Not giving face value. Face value of MRF share is now trading at 80,000. Face value has no relation with market value. वो तो starting में है when it was issued. So MRF Madras Rubber Factory, which debuted as a public company. I hope you know public company with a face value. I hope you know face value of 10 per share has delivered more than 7,40,109% returns. मतलब just imagine in 1990 if you would have invested even 100 rupees, आज वो कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच गया होता. So in 100 rupees you would have got how many shares? 10 shares. 10 rupees. 10 shares. आज का प्राइस कितना है? 82,000. So 8,27,000. 100 rupees to 8,27,000 in how many years? 20, नहीं, 30 years. 90 है ना? 30 years. Not bad. Not bad at all. You know, this is my, actually when I was doing my articleship, this was my dream to collect articleship money and invest in 1 share of MRF. But वो कभी हिम्मत नहीं हुई because वो नीचे गया ना तो पूरा नीचे जाएगा. But yes, I will someday buy MRF shares. I have many shares of many other companies but not MRF. हाँ, so market capitalization, right? Top 30, top 50 होता है everything. The best and the biggest ones, the biggest companies with biggest market capitalization are called as blue chip companies. I'll tell you why blue chip. इसका भी लॉजिक बहुत कम लोग को पता होता है. Why blue chip? They are called as blue chip. Do you know the game of poker? Blue chip, in some versions, blue chip is the highest value. कि 1 chip is worth many much more rupees. Hence they are called as blue chip companies. Now you tell me, blue chip, logically, blue chip companies will grow at a fast rate or a slow rate? Think and tell. compare them to developed countries and developing countries. Blue chip are developed. They will grow at a slow rate because they are now very well established. ठीक है? So ऐसा नहीं कि सब blue chip में पैसे लगा दो and you will get. नहीं हो, वो not possible. That is why people go for angel investing and venture capital to know the small firms which can give big returns. MRF today will not give you anything. Invested तभी would have given you so much, right? चलो. SEBI classification है. There is a SEBI classification and all. Three way classification होता है. Large cap company, mid cap companies and small cap. Cap मतलब पता चला क्या होता है अभी? Cap means so large capitalization company. So there are criteria. So top 250 companies fall under large, 250 to 500. ऐसा अलग अलग criteria, no need to go there. So these are the terms which I need to tell you. Is this understood? So we'll stop here. We'll complete money market in the next chapter, and we'll start with a very fresh chapter, which is we'll start with infrastructure. बहुत हो गया अभी. I want to move to infrastructure. वो तो hardly 1 hour का है infrastructure, 1.5 hour, right? The investment model वाला, not infrastructure, investment model. So we'll stop here. Tell me what is futures? Not banks. Futures, it is traded on the stock market. Forwards is banks. Future and option, FNO, they are collectively known as derivatives, right? This is a technical chapter. I would suggest you to revise, and I have given you terms which are relevant, और 1000 terms हैं which are not relevant. ठीक है? I hope थोड़ा, I know this is a very new topic, this is very new concepts and all, but UPSC level तक का we have done. ठीक है? We'll discuss some more terms and then we'll start with money market in the next session. Thank you. Please keep on revising. That is absolutely essential. Okay? Thank you.